Okay, hello guys, thanks for coming. I hope you won't leave this presentation till the end. I don't want to stay here alone, just 10 of you. Yeah. Okay, let's start. So my name is Oleksii, and currently I'm a Magento 2 architect and working for community engineering team. And today I would like to talk with you about Magento 2 open source and what it is. So is Magento 2 open source or not? In order to answer this question, probably we need to do a step back to the definition itself. What is the open source software? Like this is this definition from Wikipedia. It says like a computer software with a source made available with a license, and copyright holder allows you like to use this for any purpose, change it, distribute, and etc., etc. And also open source software also may be like developed in the collaborative public manner. So let's try to match like this definition on reality of Magento 2 right now. So Magento 2 project is under open software license 3.0, and according to this license, you can you use our code like for commercial use, distribute it, modify for private use, and etc., etc. So at least here on the license perspective, we are good. But the most interesting part of this definition is that open source software may be developed in the collaborative public manner. So the question is, can be Magento developed in the collaborative public manner? So Magento as an organization was moving toward this goal for the last 6 years. Someone may say like we are moving too slow, and most likely I would agree with you, but at least we are doing something to achieve this goal. So we already did like several steps, and the first step was back to November 2011 when we pushed our first initial commit to the public GitHub. Before that, you have like only you had like a Magento 1 only, and it was distributed like through zip archives, and that's it. So no commits history, no like public code, and you cannot track the progress on it. That was our first step in 2011. But at this time, we didn't process any issue. We was not accepting any pull requests, and we was doing like a squash commits of all our work for entire sprint, like for 2 weeks, and push it twice a month to the public GitHub. At least this gave you like some ability to preview the code of what we was doing during that time and etc. But there is no like a good detalization of what, when, and why. That's why we decided to change this, and just 3 years later, we published developer beta release. It was like a December 2014, and it was announced on the meeting in the Berlin. And after that, we decided that we must be more transparent for community, and we start doing like a transparent commits, no more squashes. So we decided to leave like all commit messages, all references to internal tickets, all our decisions to keep like as a separate commits and to show everything for you. Also, at this point of time, we started accepting public pull requests, processing the issues, and etc. So we introduced like these labels to have some categories and to track somehow what kind of issues we have on the public. But the problem appeared after this that unfortunately we didn't pay enough time and attention on pull requests that we had. And like this statistic shows like a period from October 2015 till January 2017, and you see the trend. Like the blue line shows how many pull requests we processed, and the red line shows how many PRs was created. But this black line, which is going up, it shows how many pull requests we had in the queue, like outstanding PRs, and that was honestly that was a gap. Processing time like it was growing up and up with more PRs created, and pull requests become outdated and not maintained anymore with some. After the year, it's almost impossible to accept such PRs because they are very outdated. Actually, that same stuff happened with the issues. We enabled issues in 2014, but we didn't pay enough time on this, and the number of reported issues against fixed and closed issues always was higher, and as a result, like these black lines go up for thousands. And we learned from that. And in 2017, like on February 1st, Magento as an organization decided to invest to like a new project named like a Magento Community engineering team. So we took our architects, Magento core architects and developers from the core team and build the team. As for today, that's our community engineering team. We have 7 architects and developers here, and Max Yekaterinko, he is a director of community engineering now. Also, you see here David Manners. He joined our team just a few weeks ago. Previously, he was a very active and smart guy from Magento Community, and we onboarded him just a few weeks ago. And right now, he's working for Magento and working as a part of community engineering team. So we built the team. But what was our goals? The first our goal was to make contribution process to Magento to as simple as possible. So this process should be easy, fun, and simple for everyone. And another goal was just enable community developers to build Magento too. Before that, before February, I would say, even with Magento 1, the Magento core framework and all these features was developed by the core team. That's good, but it's still a problem because we see only our goals. We have only our approaches. We are not interacting directly with the clients and real merchants. But you as a community working for agencies, working as a freelancers, and you have this real life experience, you know probably much better what should be there, how it should be worked, how it should be organized, how many extension points you should have. That's why we decided to enable community and let community develop Magento 2 core and framework itself. We started, first of all, we start working on the pull requests. We have a bunch of pull requests already in the queue. At the end of January, we have about 400 pull requests ready to go. So it's bug fixes, improvements, components upgrade, features, small features, bigger features. Lots of valuable things were there. And the entire team just start actively working on processing these pull requests. And during the next months, we was working and strongly focused on that. And at the end of September, we had only 25 open pull requests in the queue. It means we processed all our technical debt. We processed all new pull requests. And you see that the red line, just after January and February, he just started growing. Because community realized that right now, Magento 2 accepts pull requests, accepts their contribution. And community start doing more and more contribution. So that was fun. And during these couple of months, we processed more than 1,000 pull requests. Unfortunately, we are not accepting everything. Acceptance rate, as for today, is about 60%. So we are looking at pull requests and code change proposed by a community, like a bug fix, or it can be feature. It should have high quality, good design, and etc. Not all PRs can pass all this stuff, but still, 60% rate, it's pretty good. But issues. It's September 15, 2017, the part of community engineering team changed their focus and we started working on the public issues. And right now I'm leading this project, a public issues processing, starting from September. At the end of August, we have more than 2,500 issues open on the public GitHub. I have right now several teams, and what they're doing on daily basis, they are working only on the issues verification. They're trying to reproduce it, they're trying to categorize them, they're trying to clarify these issues. And during the last months, we processed more than 1,000 issues. And at the beginning of October, we're just close to that, we had only 1,300 issues in the queue. We introduced this Magento issues gate system, and maybe you already saw this a new labels like a J1, J2, J3. So what does it mean? Like a gate 1, gate 2, gate 3, it means this issue going through some gates, verification, confirmation, etc., etc. We're trying to add all these labels to the issues reproduced on 2.1, reproduced on 2.2, and on which exact version it was fixed, where it's reported, and etc. We're trying to add all this information to the public issues because it is valuable for us. When we will be working on bug fixes, we need to have all this information to understand where we are. And also, this information is available for all community developers, which will be also may take this issue and fix them as well. So we're trying to understand, in this a big scope of more than 1,000 open issues, how many real issues, what against which versions they were reported, and where the problem is and where is the biggest gap. So as I said, we verified already during the last months more than 1,000 issues, and we acknowledged and confirmed more than 500 issues. And as for today, we still need to verify another 800 issues. So it's pretty huge amount of work. But the biggest problem here is how many issues we really need to fix, like 500 issues. Honestly, it's a huge number, especially for the core team. The core team just, that can be, less than 100 core developers there. And if we'll be doing only this, like 600 bug fixes, it may take like several months for us. So we cannot work on the features, we cannot work on the improvements, we'll be doing only this. And here is Magento Community. Magento Community is huge. Magento is represented like in more than 180 countries. We have like more than 255,000 users on the Magento forum. There are lots of events going around the world, like more than 200 events in 37 countries and the 6 continents. So Magento Community is huge and much bigger. And if you see, if just half of this community group will take and fix one issue, all these 500 or 600 issues can be managed just in a days, in a few weeks. And that will be value for everyone. So how the community can contribute? Community can contribute like via pull request. Just take some issue, fix it, and deliver it. You can also implement some feature and deliver it as well. You can report an issue. Definitely, Magento functionality is huge and big, and definitely we may miss some steps, some flows during the regression testing or feature testing, etc. But you are using Magento in real life. You're experiencing these problems, maybe just some exotic workflows, etc. So if you will report an issue for us, that also will be a valuable contribution to the Magento itself and to the community. You can also join Magento forum and just join conversation, provide help to someone else, and tomorrow someone else will help you. You can contribute to documentation, tutorials, meetup and events, and just actually your time to the project. In 2017, it was like, I would say, the year of Magento Community for us. And during this 2017, we already have like more than 360 unique contributors to Magento 2 code base. And as I said, we accepted more than 900 pull requests. So bug fixes, improvements, components upgrade, small features, bigger features, like lots of valuable stuff we get during this year. Here is just some brief statistic. I just want to explain you why it is so cool this year. This is top 5 contributors of 2017, like Denny Varkada, David Manners, Peter Hoste, Anton Evers, Igor Svizi. And as you see the number of accepted pull requests, for instance, like for Denny Varkada, it's like 54 pull requests. And here is the same statistic for 2017. The top contributor of 2016 just have 5 accepted pull requests. In 2017, we had like 10 times bigger. It shows that community became like more proactive, and they start doing more and more contributions. And we as a Magento core team and community engineering team, we finally start working with community and accepting all the stuff and merging to the code base. But as I said, the number of the pull requests is huge. And only 6 even architects and core developers, they cannot process all this amount of the submissions from community. That's why we have another group from community named like community maintainers. That's like Fabian Schmengler, Anna Volk, David Elgar, Vlad Veselov, Vinay Kop, Miguel Matias, Christopher Fruman, definitely. So all these guys, today they are acting as the community maintainers. So we, the Magento, gave them all permissions to all our system, to all our editions, community, B2B, enterprise, cloud, whatever, and all our testing infrastructure. Right now, they have the same permissions and access as a regular Magento employee. So they're doing code review of your submissions, of the pull requests. They're consulting guys on the issues. They're answering questions with the Slack forum and etc. So this is the most active our guys in community, and they're doing like a huge amount of work for us. But not for us, probably for community, because how this works right now, one guy from community just reported an issue. Another guy, just the next day or in a couple of days, will take it and fix it. And the third community guy will review it, accept it, and merge it. So right now, it works like a self-organized community organization, and that's very cool. We don't need a core, actually, to process all this stuff. All community doing this by themselves. But all this submission goes not only from individual contributors. There are also like a bunch of Magento partners doing also like valuable contributions to Magento 2 core, not only to the community, but to the enterprise and other editions as well. This is not all the names on this slide, just some of them. But the question is how you as an individual developer can contribute to Magento. there are just several simple ways. Just first of all, you can validate the issue. You can report an issue if you have something new, or if you hit this issue again, you can go to the GitHub, find this issue, and just confirm, hey, I have this issue on this Magento installation on my environment. Here is my, configurations. Here is my steps, and providing this information, you are giving more information to us. You are giving more information to the next developer which will be working on it, and it's also valuable contribution for everyone. You can also do bug fixes. You can take any bug and you can fix it and you can submit it. That's also super valuable contribution. But right now you can contribute not only to the develop branch, means next minor release, but currently also can contribute to the patch release. And this is why it is important. So if you're working for some clients for the scope of the agency or just an individual developer, it doesn't matter. If you're experiencing some issues in the core, the simplest and the fastest way to address this issue, you can do the fix by yourself and maintain it by yourself, or you can do this fix and just submit a pull request to the patch release for 2.2 or 2.1, whatever it is. And we will accept this PR and we will package this fix and it will be available with the next patch release. So the iteration for patch release is just a few weeks. If you will submit it today, in the next few weeks you will get it as a part of next patch release. It will be core fix. It will be maintained by the core team, and this is not, it won't be your responsibility anymore to support this fix. But you can do not only bug fixes, but you can also do innovation. I don't know, maybe you already know this, but one-touch ordering feature, it is already submitted to Magento by the partner Creativity. So this is great stuff, because this feature was, as far as I remember, it was under the patent of the Amazon, and this patent recently expired, and just in a couple days or weeks, this agency and this partner, he just simply implemented this feature and proposed it to be a part of Magento core. Right now we are doing code review of this stuff, verification, etc. And I would say most likely it will be accepted and available maybe in 2.2 or 2.2.0 release, so very soon. So that's how community works. They are doing not only bug fixes, they also do innovations. But again, you can do not only small stuff, you can do core development as well. And we have this special project name, like a Magento multi-source inventory. So what does it mean? It's a special project. It was like a very valuable feature, but which Magento don't have right now, but we would like to have it. And we provided like our technical vision, our roadmap. We introduced like Kanban board, all this task and story. And right now, this project is totally developed by community. It is still in progress, and you can join it anytime and to be a part of this group. We are running like each week we have a demo, and all these developers, community guys, they meet together showing what they did, and so you can join this meeting online as well. And if you don't have to show something, at least you can listen and ask your questions, or just propose your ideas and suggestions, or designs, or patterns, or whatever you want. And right now, this project led by two community guys, like Alessandro and Lars from Bitbull and Tech Division. So they're doing very cool stuff on the MSI project from the community perspective. So there is just a short feedback from Alessandro. So being a part of community means like a give feedback. I believe you saw this picture multiple times in the internet. Hey, did you just edit the core from the benchmarks? And the answer from the Alessandro was cool, Finally, he said, I can finally touch Magento core. And we are asking you guys, join us and touch Magento core, change it. This is not Magento 1 anymore. You can do whatever you want. If you need something from Magento, do it by yourself, push it to the core, and it will be there. That's very cool feedback from the Alexander. Where to start from? You can join our Magento Slack channel. There are already more than 500 developers. Just simply send us engcom@magento.com email to this email address, and we will invite you to the chat. In this chat, you have a lot of channels, about deployment, about MSI, and about import, export, all other stuff. So lots of channels there. Simply send us an email, and we will invite you. You can join contribution days. It's always fun. It is pair programming. You can work with Magento architects and do contribution, and actually to be a part of Magento community, meet new people, share your experience, get some new knowledge from there. In October, we already had like several contributions days, like in New York yesterday and Meet Magento Romania. In November, we'll have like a Meet Magento Spain, MageTest Fest, and etc. Just follow on Meet Magento organization website. I believe you will find the next contribution day. And yesterday we had contribution day here in New York. It was a fun day, yeah, actually. So thank you, Joshua, for your contributions as well. So we got several bug fixes, several small features, and just interactive CLI. That's what's also cool. Right now, we are doing code reviews on all this stuff, and yeah, we will merge it just in the next couple days. That's it. Thank you, guys, and let's make Magento better together.
So I think we just have like a minute or two for questions because we got started a little bit late. But if anyone has questions, feel free. Magento.com.
Yeah,
ENGCOM at Magento.com. And I also like the YouTube channel is Igor Minielov. I'm not good at these words.
Okay, guys, so I will be there. Just talk to me directly because probably next speaker should start.